Okay, for this video, we're going to be making a ladybug kind of painting. The first thing I'm going to do is tape off my paper with some masking tape. This helps just create like a nice white border around the edges, and I think it looks really nice. So I try and line it up on the sides, and I'll tape to the table. Okay, then I am ready to now draw my ladybug. I think I want 2 of them, and I'm going to be using my circle stencil just to help me make a nice circle for our ladybugs. You can kind of decide what size you want. The body is going to be a circle shape, and then the head will be like half of a circle shape. So I'm going to kind of line it up with whatever kind of head I think. And then I'm just going to trace half. So I'm going to start from this line and go around till it hits. So it looks like that. And maybe I want one up here, but it's going to be smaller because it's going to make it look like it's a little farther away. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is the background. So for the background, it's going to be just different, like green kind of leaves looking. So I'm going to be using a yellow brush, and then I got a ton of different colors of green paint. So that's going to start from the bottom of the paper, and then I'm going to stop if I hit a ladybug, but they're going to be kind of just lines, and then I'll make different shapes of like different types of grass. Remember to smooth out your paint. That way it dries really fast. So whenever I have globs here, I'm just going to go back over it with my brush to smooth it out. Okay, don't forget to wash out your brush when you are switching colors. So I'm going to scrub it in my water and then dry it. I'm also starting with kind of lighter colors in the background, because then I'm going to kind of overlap the darker colors on top, and it'll kind of look like they're overlapping each other, one's in front of the other. On this one, I'll add some leaves. So if I get close to ladybug, I'm going to kind of try not to go on the circles the best I can. Okay, I kind of just guessed where to put stuff and stop whenever you feel like you have enough in the background. You want to still be able to see some light, just because it would be a lot if it's all covered with green. I used the orange brush that whole time. I just held it differently. So if I want a thin line, I held it straight up and down, so that way it would make a thinner line, and sideways if it would make a thicker line. Now I'm ready to do the inside of the ladybug, the red. And I did not let anything dry. I'm just continually painting because there's no wet paint here. I'm just being very careful not to press my hand on the paper, because I don't want to get like it smeared or anything. In some spots I couldn't smooth out my globs very well, so it'll take a little bit longer for those to dry. if you accidentally got like a lot of green inside, the red is gonna have a kind of a hard time covering it just because this is the type of paint that we're using. So you might have to paint it white first and let it dry and then go back over it with the red. Okay, now we can do the black of the top, and I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush because it's a smaller little area. Okay, they look like just little Christmas ornaments in leaves. So now we're gonna add like the details to the ladybug. So we're gonna add a line down the back. And then we're gonna add some antennas and some legs. We're gonna make sure we don't get the little legs on the red. If we can try not to. And I'm gonna do 6. I'm copying another painting, so they had 6. So we're gonna do 6 legs. Okay, then we're gonna add the little ladybug dots. Try to make them mirror each other, so on each side they should look kind of the same. So if you have one dot on this side, you're gonna try and do the same dot on the other side, kind of the same size. Obviously that's gonna be really hard to do, so try your best. Okay, we're gonna let this dry kind of a little bit because we had to do white on top of the black, so the black has to be pretty much dry, and it is not. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then we'll add some of the last kind of details. I'm just gonna take the tape off now just because I don't need it anymore for what I'm doing. Whoa. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do is add some eyes and some highlights. So for the highlights, it's just a curve, the white. And you're gonna try and follow the same kind of shape. This is gonna help it maybe look a little bit more 3D, like it is a circle or like a ball shape. Okay, and then we're gonna add some little eyeballs on the black. Okay, and that's it.